Welcome to our class. Let's study English. English 4, Quarter 1, Module 4. We are going to study about text types. Identifying various text types according to structure, purpose, and language features. Problem and solution, description, procedural, or sequence. Authors or writers write different texts because they want to tell you something. How they write the text affect how we understand it. They follow a certain structure, purpose, and language features to deliver their message effectively. Being able to effectively identify various text types signals our brain to read the text in a certain way. It helps us understand what is important in the text. Authors usually organize their text so that readers can see what is important or not. In this presentation, you will be able to identify various text types according to structure, purpose, and language features. Problem and solution, description, procedural, or sequence. Now let's do a warm-up. Identify if the text type is problem and solution, description, or procedural. Write your answers on your answer sheet. Now let's read the following paragraphs. When it rains hard, the streets easily gets flooded. Garbage clogs floodways and waterways. The people decided to talk about this and agreed to clean their surroundings. From then on, the water runs freely and no floods occurred. Number 2. The big and green watermelon seems inviting. When we opened it up, the sweet smell spreads and its fresh juice flows. The bright red flesh with the black seeds on it even made it more delicious looking. When I took a bite, it was the most refreshing feeling ever. Number 3. Hot dogs for breakfast is the easiest thing to cook. First, remove the plastic covering on the hot dogs and make short slices. Next, heat some oil in a pan. Then, in a low fire, cook the hot dogs until bright red. Finally, serve and enjoy. Number 4. I remember that one summer day when I had fun at the beach. The sun's heat was touching my face. The cool breeze feels relaxing. The salty and crystal clear water seems endless. I did nothing that day but swim. And number 5. Candy always loses her wallet. Even if it has only coins in it, she still feels bad. Mother thought of ways to stop this. One day, Mother decided to tie the wallet in Candy's pocket using a red ribbon. It looks funny, but it sure worked. Now for the answers. What is your answer in number 1? Very good. It is problem and solution. How about number 2? Very good. It's description. And number 3? Procedural. How about number 4? Very good. Again, it's description. And last, number 5? Very good. Problem and solution. Before we proceed to our lesson, let's have a review. Note significant details of various text types. Try to remember the important details from the text. Government seeks support for Vegan in Wonder Cities competition. Manila, Philippines. The government today called on Filipinos around the world to support the bid of Vegan City in northern Ilocos Sur to become one of the world's new 7 Wonder Cities. Secretary Ramon Paje of the Department of Environment and Natural Resources said Vegan needs the same overwhelming support that made Palawan's Puerto Princesa underground river one of the new seven wonders of nature in 2012. Pahe, who served as the national campaign manager for the PPUR, said vegan deserves the Filipinos' full backing. It has been wonderfully preserved as one of the few Hispanic towns in the country, with structures intact due to best practices in management, governance, stakeholder involvement, and awareness on cultural heritage, Pahe added. Vigan City is a favorite tourist destination in the northern Philippines, famed for its unique colonial architecture lined by cobblestone streets and distinct cuisine. It is the only Philippine town on the list of heritage sites declared by United Nations Educational, Scientific, and Cultural Organization, also known as UNESCO. UNESCO describes Vigan as the best preserved example of a pan-Spanish colonial town in Asia. Now, for our comprehension checkup, let's answer the following questions. What tourist attraction became one of the new seven wonders of nature in 2012? Very good. It's Palawan's Puerto Princesa Underground River or PPUR. Why is the government calling on Filipinos around the world? To support the bid of Vigan City in northern Ilocos Sur to become one of the world's new seven wonder cities. Number 3. Why is Vigan City considered as wonderfully preserved? Because its structures are intact. Number 4. What could be seen in Vigan City? Its unique colonial architecture lined by cobblestone streets. And number 5. How will you be able to show that you care for our culture and traditions? Be proud of it. Learn it. Teach it to other people. Very good. Now remember, noting significant details of various text types means remembering important details in the text. It includes answers to questions such as what, when, where, and why. Now for our lesson proper. Do you know what a text type is? Let's find out. Text type refers to the classification and definition of the way a text is written as its structure, purpose, and language features. Here, we will be focusing on 3 text types which differ in purpose, structure, and language features. Text type A. Candy always loses her wallet. Even if it has only coins in it, she still feels bad. Mother thought of ways to stop this. One day, Mother decided to tie the wallet in Candy's pocket using a red ribbon. It looks funny, but it sure worked. Now, for our comprehension checkup, let's answer the following questions. Number 1. Who has a problem? Very good. Candy has a problem. Number 2. What was her problem? Very good. She always loses her wallet. Number 3. How was it solved? Mother decided to tie the wallet in Candy's pocket using a red ribbon. Very good. In this paragraph, the problem is that Candy always loses her wallet. The solution? Her mother tied it in her pocket with a red ribbon. Now, let us take a look at this picture. Some texts are presented in a structure that discuss problem and solution. These are called problem and solution texts. Now, for text type B, The big and green watermelon seems inviting. When we opened it up, the sweet smell spreads and its fresh juice flows. The bright red flesh with the black seeds on it even made it more delicious looking. When I took a bite, it was the most refreshing feeling ever. Now, let's answer the following questions. Number 1. What specific topic is being described in the text? Very good, it was the watermelon. Number 2. How was it described in the text? It was described as big, green, sweet smell, fresh juice, bright red flesh, black seeds, delicious looking, and refreshing. And number 3, were you able to imagine how the watermelon looked like? Why or why not? Yes, because the description or descriptive words used. Very good. In this paragraph, the descriptive words big, green, sweet smell, fresh juice, bright red flesh, black seeds, delicious looking, and refreshing were used for you to imagine how the watermelon looks like. Some texts give specific characteristics or features like size, shape, location, and color. Details are provided to help the reader visualize, imagine, or form a picture in the mind about the topic. Descriptive text is written to describe an object, person, place, event, or idea. Here's how it is usually written. Let us study the picture shown. The basic structure of a descriptive text. First, the opening statement, introducing the subject, what specific topic, person, idea, or thing will be described or explained. Next is the body. Characteristics or special features that are important to remember or understand about the topic being described. And last is the concluding statement, brief summary of the text. And the last text type C. Hot dogs for breakfast is the easiest thing to cook. First, remove the plastic covering on the hot dogs and make short slices. Next, heat some oil in a pan. Then, in a low fire, cook the hot dogs till bright red. Finally, serve and enjoy. Comprehension checkup. Answer the following questions. Number 1. What does the text teach you? It teaches you how to cook hot dogs. Very good. Number 2. What steps should you follow? First, remove the plastic covering and make short slices. Next, heat oil in a pan. Then, in a low fire, cook hot dogs until bright red. Finally, serve and enjoy. And number 3, were the directions clear? What words helped you know the correct steps to do? Yes, it was the words first, next, then, and finally. In this paragraph, you were taught how to cook hot dogs for breakfast by following the 4-step direction. Signal words first, next, then, and finally give clues which should come first and so on. Another text type tells the procedure, directions, or steps on how to do something. Here are some examples. Number 1 is recipe or steps in cooking. Number 2 is steps in solving word problems. Number 3, dance steps. Number 4, creating crafts. And number 5, going to places. It makes use of the signal words first, next, then, finally. This text type is called procedural or sequence text. Here's how it is usually written. Let us study this picture. Basic structure of a procedural text. First is the introduction. the brief overview of what is to be taught. Next is the body, the steps, procedure, or direction on how to do something. And the last, conclusion, a brief summary, encouragement for the reader to try. Now, what are the three types that differ according to structure, purpose, and language features? First is the problem and solution, one that shows a difficult situation and how to solve it. Second is descriptive, one that gives details to help the reader imagine the topic. And the last, procedural, one that teaches steps on how to do something. Now let's do an activity. Read and analyze the given text. Answer the question with yes or no. Number 1. Elton is having a hard time solving his math homework. Luckily, his sister is sitting across the room. Sister, can you help me with my homework? Elton said. His sister said yes, and they were able to solve the problem together. Is this a problem and solution text type? Yes or no? Yes, very good. Number 2. I have a puppy named Bamba. It is chubby and fluffy like a pillow. Its fine fur is smooth and grayish. Bamba has a pair of round, sparkling eyes. It loves to run along and roll on the grass. We play all day and have lots of fun. Is this a descriptive text type? Yes or no? Yes, very good. Number 3. Are you thinking of a healthy breakfast? Try sunny side up. First, heat oil in a pan and add salt to taste. Then, wait till egg white is cooked well. Finally, remove pan and serve the egg while it's hot. Is this a procedural text type? Yes or no? Very good. It is yes. Activity 2. Read and understand the given text. Identify the text type and write problem and solution, description, or procedural on your answer sheet. Number 1. Helping at home makes our parents happy. Washing the dishes, for example, is easy. First, remove leftovers from the plates. Next, clean the glasses with a sponge and dishwashing liquid. Then, in the same manner, clean the plates, spoons, and forks. Finally, rinse with water and let dry. So, is this problem and solution, description, or procedural? What's your answer? It is procedural. Very good. Number 2. Father planted tomatoes, cabbages, and eggplants in our backyard. However, the dog keeps destroying the plants. It is very playful and loves to run. Father decided to put a fence around the garden to keep the dog away. Since then, no vegetable were destroyed. So what's your answer? Is it problem and solution, description, or procedural? The answer is problem and solution. Number 3. My sister has a flower garden. She enjoys seeing the red roses, orange gumamela, and colorful orchids in bloom. Some of her plants are planted on clay pots, some hanging on wood stands, while others are planted on the ground. It is such a lovely sight. Now, is this problem and solution, description, or procedural? What's your answer? The answer is descriptive or description. Very good. Now, for the last activity, activity 3. Read and understand the given text. Identify the text type by analyzing its purpose. Write the letter of the correct answer from the choices inside the box. I repeat, letter of the correct answer. Here's an example. The little butterfly is lost. Suddenly, it began to rain. It looked for a shade to hide. Another butterfly is hiding there too. They talked for a while and found out they are neighbors. When the rain stopped, the two butterflies flew home together. Now for the answer. The text tells the problem of the lost butterfly and how it found its way home with the help of a neighbor. Remember, this is not included in the answer. Write the letter only. Here are the choices. Letter A. One that shows a difficult situation and how to solve it. B. One that gives details to help the reader imagine the topic. And letter C. One that teaches steps on how to do something. For number 1. I don't know where to put the papers scattered in the room. I do not need them anymore. Suddenly, I had an idea. I started cleaning up and collected every old newspaper, magazine, books, and projects. I sealed them in a box and sold them at the junk shop. What is your answer? Is it letter A, B, or C? The answer is letter A. Very good. Number 2. My mother is the kindest person I know. Her bright eyes seem to tell me that everything is going to be okay. She always has a smile painted on her face. Her warm hands make me feel loved and secured. Her image is painted in my mind. Now, what's your answer? Letter A, B, or C? The answer is letter B. And number 3, properly turning off your laptop helps it stay in good condition. First, close all running applications. Next, click the Windows button and select Shutdown. Finally, wait for the screen to power off before closing. What's your answer? Is it letter A, B, or C? Very good, it's letter C. Now for our generalization, complete the paragraph with the missing words. Choose your answers from the given choices. Write your answers on a sheet of paper. Here are the choices. Problem and solution text type, procedural text type, descriptive text type, text type. This refers to the classification and definition of the way a text is written, such as its structure, purpose, and language features. It is called text type. The text type that is presented in a structure discusses problem and solution. This text type is called problem and solution text type. Very good. The text type that gives details to help the reader visualize, imagine, or form a picture in the mind about the topic. This text type is called descriptive text type. Another text type tells the procedure, directions, or steps on how to do something. It makes use of the signal words first, next, then, and finally. This text type is called procedural text type. Very good. Thanks for watching. Please don't forget to hit the like, subscribe, and the notification bell for more upcoming videos. Thank you.